Hello, my students. I'm your biology teacher, Cikgu Govin. Topic today is leaf structure and functions. The subtopics 2.2, main organ for gaseous exchange. Here are the learning standards. Number 1, justify the necessity of gaseous exchange in plants. Number 2, explain the mechanism of stomatal opening and closing based on the uptake of potassium ion and changes in sucrose concentration. Number 3, conduct an experiment to compare stomatal distribution on upper and lower epidermis of monocotyledon and unicotyledon leaf. This experiment we will conduct when the scori open later on. Number 4, predict with explanation the effect of water deficiency in plants on stomatal opening and closing. The necessity of gaseous section in plants. Plant can perform two biological processes, photosynthesis and respiration. Unlike animals, plants can synthesize their own foods through a process of photosynthesis. In order to carry out photosynthesis, plant needs to exchange gases and absorb light energy. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide between plant and the surrounding occur through stromata. So gaseous section is very important for plants. The structure that plays an important role in this gaseous section is stoma. Each stoma is guarded by a pair of guard cells that regulates the gaseous section by opening and closing of the stoma by changing their shape. The mechanism of stomatal opening and closing depend on the condition of the guard cell, whether turgid or flaccid. Turgid or flaccid of the guard cell depend on uptake of potassium ion by guard cell and depend on the sucrose concentration in the guard cells. The accumulation or elimination of potassium ion in guard cell changes the solute potential. This increase or decrease the water potential in the guard cell. Changes in the solute potential and water potential in the guard cell determine whether the guard cells are turgid or flaccid. During the daytimes or in the presence of light, photosynthesis takes place and produce dissolved sugar. During night times or in the absence of light, sugar in the guard cell converts into starch. So sucrose concentration also can affect the condition of the guard cells. The opening of stoma. When the potassium ions enter the guard cell, the solute potential increases, water potential decreases in the guard cell. So this means the water potential in the epidermal cell is higher compared to the water potential in the guard cell. So water from the epidermal cell diffuse into the guard cell by osmosis. The guard cell becomes turgid and curve outwards and the stoma opens. In the presence of light, photosynthesis occurs. The concentration of sucrose in the guard cell becomes high. The water potential in guard cell decreases. So this means the water potential in the epidermal cell is higher compared to the water potential in the guard cell. And this causes the water molecule from the epidermal cell diffuse into the guard cell by osmosis. The guard cell becomes turgid and curve outwards and the stoma opens. The closing of stoma. When the potassium ion move out from the guard cell, the solute potential decreases, water potential increases in the guard cells. This means the water potential in epidermal cell is lower compared to the water potential in gut cells. So, water molecule diffuse out from the gut cell to epidermal cell by osmosis. Water always moves from area where water potential is higher to area where the water potential is lower. So the gut cell become flaccid and the stoma close. In the absence of light, photosynthesis does not occur. The sucrose concentration in gut cell become low. The water potential in gut cell increases. So this means the water potential in the epidermal cell is lower compared to the water potential in gut cells. So this means the water molecule diffuse out from the gut cell to the epidermal cell by osmosis. The gut cell become flaccid and the stoma close. The effect of water deficiency in plant on stomatal opening and closing. Water from plant is lost in the form of water vapor through the stomata. When stoma open widely, the rate of water loss from the plant is high. The opening and closing of the stoma is dependent on the turgor pressure of the gut cell. Let's see this diagram. This one is fresh plants. This one is wilted plants. In wilted plants, the gut cell is flaccid. In the fresh plants, the gut cell is turgid. When the plants obtain enough water, the gut cell become turgid. When the plants lacks of water, the gut cell become flaccid. The inner cell wall of the gut cell is thick and less elastic as compared to the outer cell wall. So this is the inner cell wall, and this one is the outer cell wall. The thin and more elastic outer cell wall causes the gut cell to curve outwards and stoma opens. Okay, and in wilted plants, the thin and more elastic outer cell wall, this is the outer cell wall, causes the gut cell to lose turgidity and the stoma close. Okay, this one is the inner cell wall. So you can see that the gut cell flaccid and the stoma close. Formative Practice 2.2. Here are the questions. Question number 1. State the differences of gaseous section in plants during respiration and photosynthesis. Number 2. How does humidity in the surrounding affects the size of the stomatal openings? Number 3. The stomatal distribution on the lower leaf surface is more packed as compared to the upper leaf surface. Justify. Number 4. What is the importance of the stomatal closure when the plants lacks water? We discussed the answer. State the differences of gaseous section in plants during respiration and photosynthesis. Okay, respiration, oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released. In photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is absorbed and oxygen is released. Number 2. How does humidity in the surrounding affect the size of the stomatal openings? The answer is high air humidity causes the size of the stoma to become larger because excess water vapor in the air reduces the loss of water from the leaf. Low air humidity causes the size of the stoma to become smaller. Lack of water vapor in the air increases the loss of water from the leaf. Question number 3. The stomatal distribution on the lower leaf surface is more packed as compared to the upper leaf surface. Justify. The answer is the stomatal distribution is more packed on the lower leaf surface because the lower leaf is not exposed directly to the sunlight. This can prevent excessive loss of water. Question number 4. What is the importance of stomatal closure when the plant lacks water? The answer is to prevent excessive loss of water through transpirations. Okay, that's all for today. See you next lesson, subtopic 2.3, main organ for transpiration. Thank you for your cooperation and bye-bye.